Okay, so I'm just going to show you first roughly what I'm going to be using in this journal, the bits and pieces from the kit. Now I've cut some of them out, but I haven't cut all of them out. I probably won't use all of them because there's a real lot of ephemera in this kit, and I don't think in a very small journal like this with one signature, I don't think I'm going to be able to use everything in this journal, but if you were making a journal with 3 or 4 signatures, you have plenty in this kit to fill a large journal. But I'll just show you some of it quickly. So this is some of the little pieces of ephemera from the little the cut apart sheet, fussy cut sheet. And as you see, I haven't cut them all out properly yet. I've just sort of cut around them. But I'll give you a quick look at what I'm going to be using. Or what I might use. I won't use all of these. I think I might have gone through the kit roughly in another video, but this one will show you more. There's a pocket there. Journaling cards, journaling card, some little tags, some even smaller tall tags, another tall tag, some ATC size journaling cards, and you've got more here. You've got 8 of them here. That one. They're just sort of small versions of the pages. So as you can see, there's a lot. And then you've got 3 cards that open like this. One, 2, 3. And then this envelope, which has a matching journal card in there. There's 2 coin envelopes here. There's 4 postcards here, which actually fit inside this these large envelopes. There's 2 large envelopes there. There's another pocket. Oops. A couple more journaling cards, and then we've got some tabs. I've already cut one out, and some small little pieces of ephemera there. So this is actually a huge kit. And then you do get these 2 envelopes that we made, these were a freebie Friday. These paperclip embellishments, that's in one of my previous videos. And they have writing paper inside. And then you've got these 4 little papers here to make a little notepad. I'll just staple them all together at the top and make a little notepad. And this strip here that you get is a belly band. And I'll probably use this and do the edges in a sort of a fancy edging, maybe with a punch or one of my die cuts. And then that's an old receipt. And then these I haven't cut out yet, but these are pockets and tags. And that's the same sheet because you need to glue that pocket back to back. And then there's all these tags as well, which I might use 1 or 2, but maybe not all of them. And then there's some tall tags here with some more love hearts and butterflies and ovals there. So then we've got the pages. Now I didn't print all of them out. I think I printed out 8 of them. So now this one here is printed out on white copy paper, whereas the rest I've printed on coffee dyed paper. But this one is plain white paper, so you'll see there's a bit of a difference in the, just the brightness of it. but hopefully you can still see what it looks like. So this I thought I would use on the cover, this one here. So then I've got a piece of coffee dyed cardstock that I'm going to glue this onto, and this will be the cover. So there's that. And then I've got my 8 pages that I've printed out, and I've cut them down to size. So it's that one that I printed out, the map one, then this one, this one, this one, this one. This one's really pretty, I think. And then this one and this one again. And then, so I'm going to put them inside for the signature. And then I'm going to cut down 8 pieces of coffee dyed paper. I mean, you can use plain paper, of course, whatever you want. So I've got 8 of those. So that makes 16. And then I'm going to fold this paper bag in half and use it as a page. Then I'm going to have a music paper page. And there's another music paper page that I want to fold out. Then I may use this paper bag as well. I don't want too many pages because being a single signature, I normally would only do about 15 or 16 pages, something like that. So let me see. So I already had 16, but I was thinking I might do 20, 17, 18, 19. So yeah, if I use this paper bag as well, and I don't think I'm going to need that because I think 20 pages is plenty in a single signature. Otherwise, it just gets too bulky. And then I'll be adding, you know, lots of the ephemera as well. And as I say, this is for a beginner's journal. Just to show you how quick and easy it can be just using a kit, printable kit. So that's all you're going to need apart from your glue, your ruler, your paper cutter, your ink if you want to ink the edges. Let me think. You might want some ribbon or a fabric scrap for your closure. And I think that's about it. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. I'm sure I was. No, it's gone from my mind. So if it's important, I'm sure I'll remember it. Okay, so now I've shown you all of that. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to start on the cover. So I've got the piece that I want as the cover, and then I've got the cardstock, which is coffee dyed. And I just noticed the cardstock is a little bit shorter than this page. Not sure why, because they're both A4, but I'm thinking maybe that when you do coffee dye your cardstock that it might shrink a little bit. So I'm just going to trim this down a tiny bit. Get my paper trimmer, and I think I'll trim the top because it's not much up the top there. Just maybe about 1/4 inch, or not that much, but should be better. Oops, just dropped something. Okay, so that should be okay. Yeah, that's good because I've got a little bit of a border around, which I quite like. And I am going to ink mine, but I think I will ink it all when after I've glued it down. You can use double-sided tape for this, or a tape runner, a glue stick, or a wet glue. I'm using my clear glue. Actually, I'll use the bottle of Elmer's clear glue. But I actually do have some tacky glue somewhere. I think that might be what just dropped on the floor. So I'm using my little glue mat here. This little glue mat that I told you about in another video. I found it in Spotlight in Australia. It's only small, but it's, if you get glue on it, it just wipes off. It doesn't, so I don't get glue on my other surface, because I can be a little bit messy with my glue. So just keeping it really simple, just gluing my page down to the cover. Now you've got a choice whether you want to sew around this or not. You absolutely don't have to sew around it. You can leave it just like this and ink the edges. So if you haven't got a sewing machine, it doesn't matter. Just making sure that's... I've lost my other bone folder, my long skinny one, so I'm just using this one at the moment, but I'll have to get another one. You can use an old credit card to do this too, to smooth it out, or a ruler, anything like that really. Just trying to get most of the air bubbles out. So there we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is ink this up. And I think I will glue, you can leave this blank inside because the coffee dye actually looks quite nice, or you can glue another piece, you know, another piece of paper inside if you wanted it to be extra thick. I'm just thinking about whether I want to do that or not. Got this nice music paper. No, I don't think I need to. I'm going to leave it just like this, and I want to put a pocket here and something on the back as well anyway. So okay, let's just ink this up. I've got gathered twigs. It just seems to be my favourite one lately. It looks nice and grungy. And I might decorate the front cover a little bit as well with some of the ephemera. I'm not sure whether I'll do that now or after I put my pages in. And then the spine, you want to, now let's fold it exactly in half. And I've got it upside down. Exactly in half, and make your crease. So the size of my printable traveller's notebooks are usually 4 1/4 inches that way by 8 1/4, I think. 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, because 8 1/4 is the exact height of an A4 piece of paper. Yeah, it's just under. Well, it is around about 8 1/4, so that's why mine is that size. I know some people do them 8 1/2, or they might even do 4 1/2 this way, but I always make them 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And so when we folded that, we can do that too and make that look nice and vintage. And I really love the Traveller's Notebook style journals. I need to design a lot more. Okay, so I probably will decorate the cover. And as I said, you can sew around this, which I'm thinking I might, but you don't have to. So before I do that though, I just want to show you how I'm going to put the pages in order. Okay, so I've got my bits and pieces here. And then I've got these pages, the plain coffee dyed and then the printables. I'll just put them in piles. That, and then these. I haven't got much room here. So, what I will do is fold them all in half firstly. So I might have to speed this bit up. So just fold them all in half and give them a good crease. And I'll just pause this bit and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my pages all folded up. So what you can put them in any order you like. I'll just move the cover. So what I'm going to do is get one of the patterned ones. I'll decide which one I want in the front. One of these. Quite like this one with the roses on it. So I want this one as my front page. And then so I'm going to get one of these, and then I'll just get one of the plain ones. Oh, they're taller as well. Oh well, I'm going to have to cut them off. Oh, I'm not sure why they're taller, because they're all A4. Maybe I folded it the wrong way. Let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't matter. This can just go in the middle like that. Let's have a look at the cover. They're going to poke out the top and bottom, aren't they? Yep. So I'm just going to have to cut the ends off these papers. Okay. Now that one looks all right. Yep, that one's fine. Oh, that one's fine too. I think the others I've actually folded the wrong way. I don't really want to fold them the other way, because then they'll have another fold in the middle. Like this. Never mind. See, we all make mistakes. Anyway, it's a junk journal. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to cut off around about 1/4 inch. And then that should be fine. Get my paper trimmer. Yep. So that's easily fixed. I'll just do a couple at a time. About there. There. Yep. See if I can do these 3 at once or not. Maybe this way. Almost. There we go. Okay, that's done. So there's my front page. I'm putting in a copy dyed page, which I've got here. And I'm just alternating the starters. I'm just alternating between the pattern page and the copy dyed page. So next, I think I'll put the map. You can obviously order your pages however you like. Just doing it like this. And then this one, what was that one? That was a patterned one. This one. This one. Just make sure I've done it right. Nope, missed that one. Thought I'd missed one. You probably noticed that, but I didn't notice. There we go. And then I'll put this one. It's got the clocks on there. Get another one of these. Now, you don't have to just use the plain coffee dyed paper like I am. As I said, use any paper that you want to use, depending on your theme, or I'm just making it really easy. And it's still going to be a really pretty journal. And then actually, I'm wondering whether I should, sometimes I make one of these the center page and fold it the other way. So I might do that, because that always looks nice. Make that the center page, then I probably don't need this extra one. So then I'll just go through, and where I've got a blank page, I will put one of these, but I'm only going to do it in every second blank page because I only have 4 extra things, and I know I've got around about 8 blank pages, 7 or 8. So in the front here I want to put, I think I want to put, the music paper. Oh, my fingers won't work. Yep, the music paper. I'm going to put that there. So then, that one's a bit tall too. That's okay. So then I'm going to skip, there's that one, then I'm going to skip this one, then I'm going to put something in here. So I'll put the paper bag. I might end up cutting that off. Or no, probably I just fold it in actually. Put that in. And I will, you can decorate these, but you don't have to. So for the sake of this tutorial, I probably won't decorate them, or I may stamp on them or something like that, but you really don't have to. And then here we'll put this trifold one. Like that. So there, without any embellishments or any pockets or anything in there, I've got, you know, quite a large signature. So that's what I was saying about the amount of pages. And you'll notice that when you fold them, as you get towards the middle, the pages are going to come out further because, you know, because the spine or the fold bit is getting more and more paper in there. It's going to get bigger and bigger. So what you can do, and what I've done before, is you can get your ruler and you can just trim them all down to size. Excuse me. But if you don't mind the look of it, you can just leave it the way it is. But I think I'm going to cut them down. So you just get your cutting mat. I better put it this way. My metal ruler, I find, is a lot easier for cutting. And then my trimmer. You just make sure first that you haven't got anything that you don't want to cut off. Like, for instance, my one that folds out, I don't want to cut that. So I'll cut that separately. So I'll take that one out. I can remember where that was. Yep. And so I don't think there's any more like that that really matters. Yep. So just making it even with the top one. And just, you don't have to press hard, just going gradually until you get to the bottom. When you have smaller signatures, for instance, in a a hardcover journal, and it's got 3 or 4 signatures, you might only have 5 or 6 pages in that signature. This doesn't usually happen, but when you're making the little ones with the single signatures, because you've got more pages, that's why this happens. Okay, so it's all good. Now this one, it's going to mean cutting some off one end and changing the folds a little bit. Now I'm going to cut a fair bit off actually, because it's actually ripped here. So I'm going to cut quite a lot off. I don't need to cut this much off, but I am. Oops, that slipped. I can keep these for something else if I want to. So I'm looking at the size of my page. So I probably want to make my first fold around about here. Looks quite big. maybe around about there. And is that right? Yeah, that one could probably stay the way it was. And I had that one in here. Now, which was the fold? That one. There. Okay, so they're all ready to go. Now at this stage, before you sew your pages in, if you decide that you want to do some stenciling or stamping or sewing onto some of your pages, you will want to do that before you sew it into the cover. So I think I'll do a little bit of stenciling and a little bit of stamping. So I'll just get my things out and I'll be back. Okay, so the stencil that I have is just a sort of a floral sort of stencil that I found in Kmart. And the stamp set that I have is from Stampin' Up. I used to be a member of them, and these are sort of old French type, you know, looking vintage French type stamps, so I thought they would go really nicely. So on my first page, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of stenciling. I'm going to use this one. This is a excuse me, I've got something in my throat today. This is a little old makeup sponge. So it's a little bit worn out, but it still works okay. And then I've got some sepia VersaFine ink here, vintage sepia, because I think the gathered twigs might be a bit dark. So I'm just putting it like where it would look nice, like down the edge of this corner here, I think, on this page. Just really lightly. Just to add a little something. I don't want it too dark. There we go. See, very simple. That just adds something to your page. I'm not going to do it on every page. So, okay, I'll go through and do all the stenciling first. Just a little bit here and there. So let's do a little bit down here maybe. You could probably do the stenciling after you've sewn them in, but I just would prefer to do it now. I might put a little stencil on here. One there. Yep, that looks nice. And, you know, leaving some so that I might do some stamping, and I might, you know, add pockets so you won't be able to see the stencil once you've added pockets anyway. So Let's do a bit up the top. There we are. Here. We're almost to the centre now. See how that just adds a little bit of decoration to your page. I am doing most of them up the top in case I add a pocket or a tuck spot. Some of them I'm doing down the bottom. I'm going to be all gluing in this journal apart from maybe I might sew around the cover, but that will be the only sewing that I'll do. Let's do a little bit on here. There. I did cut the end off of this to make a little pocket. Okay, so now I'll just do a little bit of stamping. Got my black Stays On ink, which is a permanent ink. It's the best one really to use for a permanent ink. You don't want to smudge. Okay, so let's see. So I might actually start here. I think I'm going to put the typewriter on the first one. Oh, my light just went off, sorry about that. Put him up here. There we go. It wasn't very, didn't come out very well, but that's okay. Makes it look a bit more vintagey when it's faded like that. Do I want to do this one anywhere else? No, I don't think so. So now I want to use this one here with the writing, because I really like this one, and it's French, I think. And just put it here and there. I'm going to put it down the edge here. That. See. And then I'm going to go towards the back and put it somewhere else. Put it across the top here. Here we go. And obviously you can make some really nice journal cards or ephemera with these stamps, or with any stamps. Another little, I really like that little that's these little flowers, they're nice as well, and that one. So I think I'll use the crown and this round one as well. So, and then once I've done this, we'll sew our pages in. And then that will be the end of this video once we've sewed our papers in. And the next video will decorate the journal with ephemera. So I'm just doing a little bit of stamping, not too much. Yeah. I might do the crown on this paper bag. Show you that one. Oh, sorry, it's a bit dark in here today. It's just started to rain, so I hope you can see okay. So they've all got stamps. Might do this over that. Stamp there. See how you can just dress something up just with a stamp sometimes. Oops. Probably could use a different one now, actually. Just one more. I'm not sure if I've got it up the right way. That one, it says established 1873. I like that one. do this one down here, bottom of that page. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. Nothing there. Nothing there. Do one down the side. Nice. On top again. Yes, on this paper bag. There we go. Let's see. This one. In there. There we go. So I think I'll leave that for the stamping and the stenciling. And now we will sew our pages in. Okay, so sorry guys, I think this video is getting quite long. I didn't realise how long it would be, so what I'm going to do is sew it together in the next video. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.